But we're going to talk cricket now. Confirmed earlier on today, kind of as predicted, Matthew Mott has stepped down, or euphemistically stepped down, as the coach of the England white ball team after a pretty poor World Cup, 50-over World Cup in India, and not particularly great performances over in the Caribbean. But Josh Buttler stays. There was some conjecture maybe the captain would change. Steve Harmison, of course, on the Following On podcast, as you've been hearing in Max's bulletins today, favours Owen Morgan. And Harmy joins us now. Hi, Harmy.
Hello, afternoon, boys.
I mean, it's a very good call, and I think a very popular choice. Do you think he'll take it if he's offered it, Steve?
No, I don't. I'd be surprised if Morgan takes it. I think he's enjoying that sort of media side of the career, of his new found career. I think he's quite active in the business world as well. He'd be the obvious choice, along with one or two others. Andrew Flintoff is another one. We see how he goes throughout the 100. I think Supercharge is about to start about 2 hours' time. To get his second game out the way of his new coaching career. So there is them. You look at who's been put in place, Marcus Trescothick, Paul Collingwood, are two names who are in the system. I'd be amazed if Brendan McCullum agrees to let Marcus Trescothick and Paul Collingwood leave the red ball team to take up the white ball team. So Rob Key's got an interesting decision. He's bought some time with Marcus Trescothick, who gets on really well with Josh Buttler. So get these 5 games out the way, and then I'm sure the process of whittling down names, interviewing candidates will come. But I hope that I'm sure Rob Key will steer with somebody that's represented England, whether it's being captain or just a player in the white ball format.
I'm sure you keep in touch with Freddie and know his feeling and stuff. But I mean, from the outside, from a distance, it does feel a very high-profile sort of front and centre role. I know he's doing the 100 team and everything, but do you think Freddie's ready for something like this just yet?
Yeah, he's ready. There's no question that Andrew's ready. He's a dressing room man. He's somebody who I think inspires people. I think he's very infectious at creating an environment where people can relax in his company, not too dissimilar to Ben Stokes. What do you have to be? You'd have to be a technical coach to be in the international dressing room. You look at franchise teams around the world who are just put together. You inspire, you lead, you set the environment, and you let the players go out and enjoy themselves, express themselves and play. If you need a technical coach in international cricket, I'm sorry, the selectors have picked the wrong players. Yeah. So from that point of view, I'm sure Andrew will be ready. I'm sure he will be. I think he's enjoyed the fact that he's been an assistant coach. And let's see where it goes. Because if it's Andrew Flintoff, if it's Owen Morgan, if it's Paul Collingwood, if it's Marcus Trescothick, they've not had too much experience. They're probably the 4 I would only go for in this role. None of them have had a huge amount of individual head coaches jobs. So whoever goes in is not going to have led, on a permanent basis. So I think whichever way it goes, I think all 4 of them have got great, strong, credentials to be a candidate to England, to be England coach. Yeah. Either one, any of them would be very, very good. And I'm sure Andrew is ready if he is the one that's chosen.
I'm not sure how the hierarchy works, but someone who's had great success at club level, at county level, is Gareth Batty. Yes, he's an England international. Proven coach now, with trophies to his name. Would you think he'd have more of his eye on the red ball job?
Possibly. I don't know where Bats is at when it comes to that side of it. I know the director of cricket job at Surrey's coming up because obviously the great man Alex Stewart's stepping down. And I was convinced that Gareth Batty was going to go into that role. So if he does want to throw his hat into the ring, to be honest, he'd be another great contender because not only does he speak well and commentate for talkSPORT on cricket, he's a very, very fine coach, a good man, somebody who you've seen at Surrey dealing with big personalities. That's what international cricket's all about, making sure you can deal with change. I think Bats would do an excellent job. And I think when you look at it, and again, I'm gonna have another go at the 100. I know drive starts in sort of 15 minutes time, but 4 years ago when the 100 came about, Goffey, myself, one or two others I mean, hammered the ECB about this 100 competition and 8 overseas coaches. Not one English coach until last year, James Foster, Andrew Flintoff this year. So we've got 7 overseas coaches in our flagship tournament, and we're trying to find an England coach. I think that is another tick in the box for what's wrong with the 100. We should have been using that competition to groom our coaches to make them ready for international cricket. Here we're standing with no head coach. No head coach experience, going to go in and coach that white ball team. So, again, another rant of the 100.
Well, I mean, it'd be interesting to see. Do you think you see him make, Michael Trescott used to say, stepped up just very quickly? Do you think they'll be looking to make a quick appointment?
I think you'll buy some time. I think they're in great hands. Trez is a fantastic coach. I don't see Trez doing the white ball job because Brendan McCullum's got so much power. I think he will not let Marcus Trescott go. We heard Ollie Pope talk about how he's prepared to get in this series and spoke so well and 1 or 2 others about Trez. I can't see Trez being allowed to go and do the white ball stuff. He would be great at it, but I think McCullum enjoys Collingwood and Trescott too much to let him go over to the white ball side.
Thanks, Harmy. All the best.
Thanks, Steve.
Cheers, boys.
Steve Harmison there, former England bowler, on Matthew Mott leaving the setup and the white ball game in
Nice
England.
Job for someone, Paul.
Yeah, certainly is.
Got the players.
We have got some good players.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.